الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أما بعد. الكبيرة السابعة والأربعون الطعن في الأنساب. The author rahimahullah, he says, major sin number 47, attacking people's lineage or genealogy, attacking the lineage and genealogy of someone else, talking about someone's ethnic background, talking about someone's tribal background, talking about someone's racial background, to make fun of them, to ridicule them, to mock them with regards to who his father was and was not. The author rahimahullah says, قَدْ صَحَّ أَنَّ ذَلِكَ كُفْرٌ قال النبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم اثنتان هما بالناس كفر الطعن في النسب والنياحة على الميت. He says, it has been authentically reported that the Messenger of Allah alayhi salatu wasalam has said that it's kufr. It's an act of disbelief to do this or to say this. The Prophet ﷺ says, hadith number 304, two things that are acts of kufr, statements of kufr. It's kufr with the people, that the people continually do and continually practice. Obviously talking about Muslims. When he says, huma bin nas, he says these two things among the people, among Muslims he's talking about. Two things that Muslims do of kufr. He says, at-ta'nu fi nasab, is to attack someone's lineage. وَالنِّيَاحَةُ عَلَى الْمَيِّتِ, and wailing over the dead. To wail over the dead. Two things that the Muslims who say La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, who pray towards the Qibla, who eat the slaughtered animals, so on and so forth, they do is still from kufr. Okay? So that's the end of the chapter. A very short, brief chapter. What's important here is the Messenger of Allah has said in many authentic hadith that this is kufr. And the ulama, obviously, like all of these hadiths, they differ on the exact meaning. Some say what's meant by kufr is that it's from the akhlaq of jahiliyyah. And others, they say the hadith means those who say that it's permissible. And others, they say that the Prophet ﷺ is trying to inhibit the people from making any type of stabbings on people's backgrounds. And others, they say, leave it as it is. The Prophet ﷺ says, if you wail over the dead, it's kufr. If you attack someone's background, then it's what? It's kufr, unfortunately. And we see the reality of the Messenger of Allah ﷺ, was he said in another hadith, he says that there are things from Jahiliyyah that my people, my ummah, will never stop doing. And he says, al-fakhru bil-ahsab wa-ta'nu fil-ansab. He mentioned first and foremost is taking pride in the virtues of your forefather. My father was this, my tribe was that, I come from these people, my father was a great warrior, my father was rich, he was this, he was kada. They make fakhr. They boast and they brag and they stick their heads out and their chest out with regards to the past. And then said, وَالطَّعْنُ فِي الْأَنْسَابِ. And the exact opposite of that is pointing the finger at other people. Your father was low. Your father was this. You come from this continent. You come from this country. You come from this tribe. You come from this side of the border, so on and so forth. So you're less than me. You're beneath me and I'm above you, etc. This is something from Jahiliyyah that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said that people will not stop doing. Not everybody, but some people. So this is a major sin. First and foremost, we should make sure that we avoid this. Oftentimes, people, they point the finger at others. They say you're prejudiced, or you're racist, or you're tribalist, or whatever the case may be. But they themselves have the issue. Oftentimes, if you sit with them and you talk with them, you'll find that they do the things themselves. And if the people don't do it, if you don't do it yourselves, then pass it on to others, because it's something that's very widespread among the Muslim, unfortunately. You may go into Allah's masjid, Allah's house, a place that's supposed to be safe and secure and holy, and you'll find jahiliyyah in the masjid. Very unfortunate. You may hear it on a khutbah. You may hear it in a lesson. You may see it in how the people look at you, or how the people deal with you, or how the people treat you. Or if you have young children in the masjid, if a young child runs around and walks around, and you're from Pakistan, or you're from this country, your skin is like that, they'll grab the child instantly. It's a masjid. But if other children run around, they just let them break things. They won't say anything. This is a reality, wallahi. It's a sad reality, unfortunately. So, the concept is that the Prophet told us what would happen. The Prophet told us how things would be. But we should try to have some respect for the masjid. some respect for the masjid. And only Allah truly knows how much and how often things happen. And joining the good and forbidding the evil only against these people. Allowing this person to do this. Saying something about him, correcting him, so on and so forth. It happens all of the time. You may go into a masjid and there's a million things wrong in the masjid. Bid'ah, people being ignorant, people praying, doing all types of things that are wrong and incorrect. You come in from a background, from a country, you make the salah properly, somebody will come up to you and they'll approach you. Oh, you can't pray like that, brother. Or you shouldn't such and such. Or such and such and such. And you ask yourself, why did this guy come and single me out? And the entire masjid, all of the munkarat in this masjid, and the only thing he can do is come and attack me. This is a reality. So may Allah purify all of the hearts of all of the Muslims with regards to this evil characteristic of Jahiliyyah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best.